this is Judy Adele, and I am here to do a music reaction video. This song comes to us as a request from Alexandr Nosov. That is a Google translation, so hopefully we have it right. Google Translate can be very, very helpful, and it can throw us very funky directions sometimes. So anyway, I don't know what song this is, so let's dive in and check it out.
Конечно, конечно. This is a Man's World. Я ее не исполняла после проекта. И сейчас я хотела бы ее исполнить на свой, так скажем, и ваш страх и риск. Но мы с вами попробуем.
So this is a song that I'm not super familiar with, and I'm not super familiar with. I've heard a lot of James Brown's music, but most of his stuff I haven't really listened to it a lot and spent a lot of time with it. So that being said, I know I saw this request come across the comments, and I'm very curious to hear how she does it. It's cool. I'm assuming it's going to be very cool.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. Yeah. But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl.
I thought this was going to be interesting to hear her do this in her voice, and she's got the vocal flexibility to take on a James Brown song well. So cool.
You see, man met a guy to take us over the road. Man with a train to carry heavy load. Man met a let it fly to take us over the dark. Man met a word for the world, like no matter art. This is a man's world. But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Man thinks about little baby girls and a baby boys. Man makes them happy, 'cause it makes it toys. And after me he spent everything he can. You know that man makes money to buy from all the man.
It is fun to see her do the song, and I'm going to totally have to go listen to the original just to remind myself, because I have not heard this song forever, to hear how James Brown did it and how my memories kind of play. But it's fun to see her put so much of herself and her emotion and her talent into bringing this song alive.
This is a man's world. But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl.
All right, so I had to go listen to the original version because I know this is a song I've heard before, but really not very much. And so it's fun to go back and listen to it to realize how much she kind of added to that song just in her vocal flourishes and made it fun. And I love the way she performs it and just gives that, just kind of trying to think of what line she said, like bringing us out of the dark and stuff, where she's just kind of really adding a little bit of her vocal uniqueness and then just kind of having some fun with it a little bit. And I noticed she dropped the lines in the song about being James Brown's original version about men being lost in the wilderness. So it's kind of, it's fine, nothing wrong with it, just an interesting thing that I noticed. So keeping it on the positive, I guess, maybe side. And they kind of end the song, the lyrics that she left off, and I think it might have actually been a good choice to end it strong in a different way. So a very cool song, fun performance from what she said in the beginning, as it sounds like it's something they hadn't performed in a long time, and she did it for a contest, and so she's performing it from the clapping sounds. It sounds like it's a smaller group, which is kind of fun. But yeah, she did a good and enjoyable song. I think her version actually probably draws me in a little more of curiosity to the song, maybe even than James Brown's version did. I don't know if that's fair to say or not. No offense to James Brown at all. He did a delightful version of it, and it has a little bit of a different tone. So it makes sense that her performance feels a little different, and she added more vocal runs and things like that. And James Brown is somebody that I wasn't outrageously aware of. Like, yes, I heard his music and I enjoyed some of the rock and intensity of it, but I think when I think of James Brown, the first things that come to mind are the song that I probably really started to pay the most attention to, which was, what's the song Weird Al did, the Living with a Hernia? Oh, Living in America. I was certainly aware of him before that, but I think that like put him in a different space for me to think about. And then I think of, was it Eddie Murphy that did the skit on like Saturday Night Live, I think, about him performing. And I was a little bit aware of him, but the skit was funny, but I remember after that being more aware of him and seeing, I was like, oh, okay, then that made the skit even more applicable and more funny. Was it Eddie Murphy on, was it been Saturday Night Live? I think so. Anyway, I just remember the skit, and that's my vision of James Brown, the whole, kneeling down and having what was it? They had like the cape thrown over him and then lifting it off, it's been a long time since I've seen the skit. I didn't go back and rewatch that, but that's part of what my brain thinks of with James Brown, that and him being very intense performer and very sweaty. Thank you so very much for hanging out today. Thank you so much for the request. That is a fun song, and it's always fun to see Deanna do songs all over the board, right? And this is a little different, I think, than I've really seen her do. She really did a nice job with it, and I really like how she made it her own in ways that I think really changed the feel of the song a little bit, but she carried it out really, really well. So good for her. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the request. Please love to hear your requests and comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Those things are wonderful and helpful. Comments and suggestions, requests are always great to know what you guys are liking and your memories and thoughts and things so feel free to share. And until next time, take good care and enjoy the music. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.